I'm so sick and tired of hearing about privilege. Privilege isn't being white, bonehead. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your bills. Get it? I'm done pretending that any of this bullshit makes sense. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about real privilege? Real privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you haven't worked a day in your life. Privilege is walking around with $300 Beats headphones while you're living on food stamps, while you're on public assistance, and it's paid for by people who wake up and grind every day. Privilege is having the latest smartphone with unlimited data and having zero idea where the bill goes because somebody else is always picking up the tab. Privilege is being able to protest every little thing that offends you without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished. That's privilege. This isn't about race. This isn't about class. This is about accountability. We've got a culture that rewards victimhood and demonizes work ethic and responsibility. Meanwhile, the people holding everything together for the rest of society, they get taxed into the ground, their businesses get choked by regulation, and they get personally vilified for speaking up and saying that this is full. You want to talk about privilege? Then start with the people who've never paid the price, but who also scream the loudest. Because they've never had to build anything. They've never had to defend anything. They've never had to carry any real weight. And the reason they get away with it, it's because we don't live in a society of strong men anymore. No, that's been dismantled on purpose over the last 50 years. Because a society of strong men would never put up with any of this bullshit. And that's exactly why they came after us first.
I can't help but to think, and maybe I could be having skewed vision at this point, or maybe you may think I'm biased by saying this, but it seems like he's talking about black folks. And it sounds like that's a whole helping of black fatigue that he's going on about. Now, he kind of switched it up. He said it wasn't about race, but everything he named off is a lot of the talking points that white folks tend to say about black folks. Wearing these $200 Jordans and not working, being on food stamps and all this stuff like that that's going on. What's really going on here? Yeah, that sounds a lot like he's referring to black folks here. And this is crazy. I hear a lot of white folks talking like this and saying things about black folks are leeching, have no responsibility, don't contribute, aren't building anything. And when it comes to what he's describing overall, I have a problem with the particular people that he's talking about as well. We do know that overwhelming majority of people who are on public assistance and welfare food stamps are white. And a lot of people who are middle class are basically putting the rest of the country on their shoulders, getting taxed to the ground and things like that. And we're tired of it. But to say these things that definitely seem race specific is on some other type of time. As a whole, we have to look at where this debt is not just black folks. There's a small amount of black folks that you're talking about. And then white folks and people who just come here and never work. You got people who who are on public assistance and never don't really do anything as far as society, and they live off the government the rest of their lives. And we really do need to put that 2-year cutoff in place.